Welcome to Vision Pros, the show all about spatial computing, Vision OS, and getting work done on the Apple Vision Pro. I'm Tim Chatton, host of the show.
Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Vision Pros. Joining me today on the podcast is Matt Fisher from Spatial Sense. And in this episode, we're going to dive into his apps that he's created for the Vision Pro and for the Vision Pro, including Stylus, which is a new app for the Logic Guide Muse, UVSee, BatRay, and finally Spatialapse, which is a Mac app that helps you create spatial time lapses for your Apple Vision Pro. We also dive into a couple of other just different topics, including the whole idea of vibe coding and how you yourself could be a developer through Claude and other services like that. He also helps run a immersive filmmaker meetup. So we're going to dive into kind of some different topics related to immersive film and a couple of different topics and discussion points on AI and the foundation model stuff that Apple is now doing. So that's what's coming up in this episode of Vision Pros. If you'd like to support this podcast, you can do so over at visionpros.fm/Patreon or by subscribing in Apple Podcasts. With that, here's my discussion with Matt. Enjoy. Welcome to the podcast, Matt. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's great to be here. I've been a long-time listener since the start, I think. I was one of those first-day buyers and was looking for Vision Pro friends and found your show a long time ago.
Nice. Yeah. No, it's a small but passionate community, and I came across you on Threads, of all places, which is, I guess, one of the communities I find spatial, Vision Pro folks.
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn I need to get more involved in, but I hear it's hopping over there. But,
yeah. Yep. That's where everyone is, and everyone's posting videos. It's great. All the social
media. I just have no idea on how to interact on LinkedIn as well.
It is tough. It jumped from Threads, then everyone went to Blue Sky. Now some people are coming back. I hit them up. I hit all of them up when I post, usually all 5 of them.
Nice, yeah. And I have such a my LinkedIn is so littered with my old job of this lots of connections in the fundraising realm. It's like for nonprofits and stuff. It's like this is, I don't know how to nuke this old world,
right? Yeah.
It's yeah. But anyways, so we're gonna dive into kind of the different apps you're up to working on. Spatialapse, Stylus, UVSee, and BatRay are the 4. Stylus was what really encouraged me to reach out, because that's an app I believe only for the Logic Muse. I'm not sure if there's a mode if you don't have the Muse, but I'm kind of curious about developing for this brand new peripheral that, when most of us bought it on day one, couldn't do anything with it, which is fascinating. So we'll talk about that. So yeah, where do you want to start with all this? Because there's a whole aspect of just vibe coding and how to actually get apps made with a background not as deeply developer-y as some others maybe.
Totally. Yeah, I was in the same boat where I got the Muse the first day and there was nothing, I thought it was broken, I could, and so I started seeing some other folks on LinkedIn, Matt Pfeiffer was posting some code. He started tinkering with it, showing how to get it connected, and it's this whole kind of new API, the game controller API that you have to plug in. Mm-hmm. And so I just spent the weekend kind of talking with Claude and making a little drawing app, and that kind of led into some other ideas. And I'm part of this group, the Step Into Vision group, where I shared it with them, and I got a bunch of feedback, and one of them was this symmetry mode. They wanted a symmetry mode. And so once I got that into the app and working, that's where I kind of saw the magic of the symmetry lines. You can have multiple lines drawing all at the same time and spinning around. It was just one of those whoa moments. Yeah. And so I just followed that and kept adding in more symmetry modes, and it's just been super fun.
How's the Stylus behave in pitch black? I haven't played around with like the difference between lighted and unlighted working with that thing.
Yeah, it uses like a gyroscope inside, and then the Vision Pro is actually looking for it. They've probably trained it as a model, right, to be picked up.
There is a thing where it will actually show you a muse if you're in pitch blackness, I think, or like in an environment at least. It'll show you a fake muse in your hand.
Yes. Yep. And that's just, it's reading the location of it, and it's got a couple functions, and it's got a couple spots that it can always be reading, but one of the guys was talking, it's just pretty much a glorified gyroscope.
Yeah.
So I was testing out the PlayStation VR controllers, and those ones you can hold behind your back. Those are built differently. That has different stuff in it.
Huh.
And so you can hold those behind your back. You can move them around. They're still being picked up. Whereas the Muse, as soon as it goes behind you, it kind of goes haywire, which is funny.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I know the Sense controllers have some kind of lights on them for tracking. But I guess the Vision Pro does not necessarily need them.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, all of this stuff is so new. That's kind of the exciting part about it too, like figuring out what we can do with these new accessories. We've all been starved of Vision Pro accessories, for the last couple of years. So,
where do you find you store your Muse?
Oh, just on the desk. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I throw it in the travel case. It's like there's no great spot for it in there.
No.
It's just kind of floating around in there.
I had the MX Ink with the little charging stand, and I was a little bummed out that they didn't do that for the Muse, because it's a nice way to charge it and just to always have a home for it. You always know it's right there at the charging
station. They should really, not to overdo the magnet thing, 'cause the Apple Pencil kind of falls off all the time, but it'd be kind of funny if you could just stick it to one of the stems, as a magnet.
I saw someone 3D printed a little holder that you can snap right on and keep it on there, which is a great idea. You're right.
Yeah. And then I'm not sure if I've recorded since the beta rolled out, but the latest, this is in the beta, or did this roll out officially yet, where the Muse is actually supported in the OS?
I think it's still the beta right now.
And that's 26.2 or 3?
Yeah,
2. Okay.
And then, it's nice. You can use it to click around and close things. And
you can draw in any app.
Yes, and Keynote, or not Keynote, Freeform?
Like notes and Freeform.
Yeah.
And they actually have splash screens about it. And it's kind of interesting. Like, you're able to draw on it from a distance by just holding down one of the buttons when you're looking at it. And I believe if you bring the window close, you can draw directly on it. Which I feel like the far distance and just holding the button is what most people end up doing there.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like that they've added haptics to it as well, to give you a little indicator, that something is happening with it. Those are important.
Right. And the actual tip has sensitivity, so if you're drawing on a surface, it can do stuff, which it's kind of bizarre. Using the Muse, I feel like I'm very rarely drawing on a surface, although it seems like if apps were made optimized for that might be a cool thing to do more of. Yeah. I don't know if you have similar feelings or if that's different for you.
In Wild Stylus, you can use the tip as well. And it is kind of, it works, but it's not the.
But then because you're also drawing directly where it is versus somewhere else, right?
Right. Yeah, it's a little. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. And the haptics are cool in the thing. And there's 2 buttons on it. It seems like one of the buttons is heavily used throughout the system. The other one, I'm not quite sure what to do with it. What it does.
Yeah, that was one of the requests from the Step Into Vision group, is to, if we could switch the buttons around, because the undo button would always be getting hit. So
I see. Yeah.
you can swap that stuff around. And I thought it would have been great to use the very back button that use to turn on and off.
Is that accessible by developers?
No,
Okay.
no one's been able to tap into that yet, because it also it wakes it up.
Power off.
But then, and I think so you can't do just a quick hit, which is what would have been nice, because then you could really use that, as an object to mimic other things, like
erasing or whatever.
Oh yeah, and just holding something like a torch, or something, or your little detonator, for your.
That could be a fun, Jeopardy mechanic or something.
Totally. Yep.
Yeah.
Exact thing.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Now, developing for it in vibe coding, are the AI agents, like, how quickly are the new APIs and stuff in these systems?
A lot of them are still stuck to this old date of when they stopped getting trained, 2023 or whenever. But now they can go and read web pages and do like deep research on Stack Overflow and GitHub and Apple developer forums. So that was kind of my trick I would ask Claude to go do some deep research on this feature that I wanted to do.
Oh, I see.
And it will write a whole report, with all the code and all this information. Then you feed it back into your other conversation. And it would always be like, oh, this is gold, brilliant. And you're like, okay, well, can we make this now? And off it would go, and it would nail it.
Okay. So you ask it to learn this stuff, and it remembers it. I'd assume this is only available if you pay for the service, right?
Yeah.
There's no free way to do that. Yeah.
Yep. I got addicted. I'm on the pro level now. So
I mean, if you use it as you are, it seems like a perfectly reasonable thing to be paying for.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Yeah. What other Muse apps have you seen so far hit out there that are catching your eye?
Both of Gregory Weber. He's got Metaballs, and he also did this spatial spray paint.
I've tried the spray paint one. That one's fun. Just to play around with.
And Metaballs now, I mean, just using the Muse is so much more precise than. And that's why I think drawing is a lot more fun with it. We used to have those pinch and draw apps, and those were okay, but it didn't really feel like you were connected to the drawing. With the Muse now, it feels like you're really laying down some ink, in the air. Yeah, it must be something with muscle memory, or just using a pen, just having something to hold on to, maybe. Gets us over the line, but it's been pretty fun, definitely, and seeing what other people are doing. I haven't tried the soldering app. That one looks really cool. Have you seen that one?
No. So you're soldering, you're learning how to solder.
Yeah, and the Muse turns in. He's got a soldering iron model that goes over the Muse, and it really looks like you're soldering circuit boards now, which is really cool.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, there's just so many ideas, right, about what you could do with this tool, right? It's just a pen that you hold in your hand, but it can turn into so many other things with the Vision Pro.
Yeah, I think I saw a lightsaber demo somewhere. It's like it makes perfect sense. Is the hilt? Yeah.
Totally.
The haptics too. Yeah.
Yeah, and so then you just start connecting the dots. Like, if you had a lightsaber, now you could slash and hit targets, right? And turn this into a Beat Saber type of game or something like that. And that's what I really enjoy about the whole thing, like learning as much as I can what's available, and then how can we tie them all together and make something that hasn't been seen yet. Yeah. It's pretty fun.
Now, what's your background as far as like headsets. Is the Vision Pro something new for you as far as being excited about this space, or were you interested in the more gaming focused headsets prior?
Yeah, I'm totally a newbie to VR stuff, and it wasn't until the Vision Pro dropped that was kind of my first XR VR experience, other than the Google Cardboard that I tried years ago, and I was like, oh, this is interesting, but the Vision Pro just blew my mind, and that was that. After filming all of this tech, these tech events and seeing people live code, and I've always wondered, oh, could I learn this stuff? And it's a huge mountain to get through, and I just never had the time or the drive to do it. But the Vision Pro was the device that got me over that hump, and I was like, oh yes, this is what I want to do. And then the video stuff, since I was a video guy, watching immersive films in there, I thought that was going to be the future, and it might very well be, because once this tech gets into a small enough device like your spectacles, everyone's going to be hooked. I mean, it's such a better way to watch anything in there. And
I agree. And I'm curious about the immersive stuff. We've had IMAX theaters that are the domes and stuff. I wonder if any of this content will translate and move over to the big screen experiences and new form factors that we haven't really seen much of.
Yeah, that would be nice. I remember in the early days when Blackmagic, just started talking about their Ursa immersive camera. They were saying that you will be able to film a movie, for multiple formats with just one camera, right? Like you would be able to get a nice 8K image out of that Ursa immersive, and then also get the full 180 degrees. And I haven't seen anyone do that yet, or even talk about it recently. But yeah, they should be filming every movie, I think, this way now, have an Ursa immersive camera there, at least for the behind the scenes stuff.
Totally.
Why wouldn't it's such great content and easy content for them. You just stick a camera there and you don't have to do anything. I mean, it's really like pure filmmaking.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Because your background, as far as your day job, is you're a video guy, and what all do you do for that end of things?
So I started with documentary stuff, and I don't know do you remember Current TV, current.com? It was like
I don't.
Al Gore's website that he came up with, where it was viewer created content. And so I started with them making little documentaries, and then that kind of got me into filming some events in San Francisco with tech folks, and that leads to conferences and just more live events. And so I kind of got roped into that world for the last good 10 years, just covering these guys doing AI stuff. It was back when they were trying to figure out self-driving cars and like speech to text. That was a hard thing for them. And now we're connecting multiple AI chatbots to work together. And that was the whole thing at this last conference. It was like the agents. You have multiple agents all with their own specialized skill, and then they come back and do whatever they're programmed to. And the MCP, which is this way to control the real apps like Blender or Premiere Pro or DaVinci through Claude. You can be like, Claude is now able to see inside your video session, and you can make cuts and modify text and titles, and that's when it's going to get really powerful, when you can just in one press of a button edit your whole video or have it be able to at least like know what it's looking at, and know when to make cuts. The same with the podcasting. I mean, it's going to be great, right? When we can just feed in all the tracks and be like, all right, make the podcast, click, and off it goes.
Yes.
Like,
yes. But
day.
Also, I don't want to do that.
So one thing I have been noticing about this AI stuff is like, you make it, but you don't have as much pride about making it. I found this out with the Midjourney and, the image generating stuff. Everyone was like, I'm making art. And you're like, yeah, but it's like, you don't feel connected as much to it when.
Yeah, I could see the video thing being most useful for you're shooting a bunch of videos on vacation and you say, make this into a nice moment, a nice video edit for me because I don't want to go through the however many hours of footage and whatever to make that happen.
Yeah.
Versus professionally saying, make this, a movie for me.
Totally. And it's getting there. You can definitely make those little memory movies and
those are getting better. The Apple ones that pop up.
Yeah, slowly but surely. Apple's coming correct with their AI also. They've got a whole thing called the foundation model, which it's a smaller LLM model, but we all have it.
Because it lives on the device.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, its strength is that it's on device, it's private. Sam Altman and Grok isn't peeking into your conversations ever. So that could be, I think if they keep working on that, we're going to see a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, and I think Viticci was running tests on that. Finally came out in some usable states for the iPad, and it seems like a huge step forward on the M5 chip from the M4.
Yeah.
Which is baffling. So I'm sure the M2 versus the M5 Apple Vision Pro will be like, if you want to do AI stuff in this way, it's important to be on newer chips.
Totally. Did you take the plunge?
No, I did not. No, it's I just don't have that kind of money. Just like M2 one's still great. I don't do enough AI stuff or pushing the boundaries with that to make it a worthwhile jump, I don't think.
Yeah. I'm going to have to wait for winter to pass before I can see if I have enough funds left.
But the thing I really want most is better field of view and all the things related to the experience of using it outside of the chip. The 10% more pixels, it's something, but it's not it's not the jump I want as far as the visual experience. The camera is getting better and stuff like that too. It seems like there's a lot of hardware things that would make me inspired to find those funds in some couch cushion.
Totally.
Yeah.
Even just another color probably would have given me enough FOMO to maybe take it.
Right.
I was a little bummed that they didn't come with
the black or whatever.
Yeah, but they, you're right. The cameras, everything could have got a bump up, just like the iPhones and the MacBooks, slow, incremental. But it's been 3 generations since. There's a lot that's happened.
Yeah, and I understand it because it's new. It's new tech, so new things take longer to improve in this way. And
they're always kind of dipping their toe in the water first, to see what happens.
Yeah, and
with this
it's interesting. The Galaxy XR product that just came out with no reviews by anybody. I was expecting some initial feedback to be, this looks radically better than the Vision Pro as far as the videos and stuff, because it is the next generation of display technology with a little bit better field of view, and it's the step up. But I kind of have the feeling maybe the chip they have in there is probably not as powerful as the M2. And what we learned with the M5 is that the displays already are not at their capacity for displaying things. So maybe that Galaxy XR, even though it's the next generation of displays, might not look much better at all because it's not all the pixels are perhaps turned on because it can't power it, is a hunch now.
Yeah, everything I've heard about it, people aren't too stoked on it.
It seems rushed. It seems very rushed.
And it probably was. I bet they, had that.
I mean, it looks like a photocopy of the Vision Pro. It's like the original iPhone compared to the original Androids as far as like how the OS looked, and the hardware just looks pretty identical. Well, outwardly.
Yeah, even the operating system. I was seeing, how they've got their menu system laid out. I was like, this is looks exactly like the Vision Pro, except it's all plastic.
And the band is hard built into it, which I really hate, especially because the band they chose is not one you can actually lay in bed wearing comfortably.
Right.
It's like a hard plastic one, which that's one of the brilliant things of the Apple headset is you can't lay in bed with the PSVR 2 and watch some videos because it's a hard plastic thing. All the gaming headsets are designed to be sitting up, standing, and moving around. It's the Vision Pro is the first design I've seen with that's like comfortable laying down with. It's
totally.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny thing because people made fun of the fabric thing, which was very initially uncomfortable because it's not enough support. But this new one, they kind of nailed it, I think, with this dual band.
Yeah, it's nice.
You got yours in then? I assume?
Yep. I had to get the new developer strap because the new band, the little bump out, the knob, would rub on the old developer strap.
Interesting.
And so just a couple turns, I could see that it was starting to fray the wires. So I learned that, you have to get the new developer strap, which also gives you a nice bump up in speed. But yeah.
So the new headband only works with the new developer strap.
It'll work with the old one, but you're rubbing on
wear and tear. Yeah, I see. Gotcha. That's fascinating.
Yep. They're good.
I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, they're good.
They're good at getting us.
Yeah. Oh, man. And then take me through a bit of your journey. So Spatialapse was your first app.
Yeah.
What's this app all about? And walk me through it a bit.
So Spatialapse was kind of just my first try at making any type of app with Claude also. And I was testing out that Canon lens, the Canon lens that came out for spatial video and photo. Right. It's a very strange lens. Very plasticky. It's only like $400. And the lens is very tiny and way too close together. But I was like, how can I make time lapses with this and have the open shutter look, the laser line when a car drives by, it leaves that laser line.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that normally. They had a time lapse mode, but it would just take hard shots, it wouldn't leave the shutter open. So I remembered that QuickTime had a time lapse compile. You could throw in a bunch of JPEGs and it would ask what frame rate you wanted. So I was like, hey, could we take that from QuickTime and make this drag and drop area that will take the side-by-side images and then run it through a converter to get it into into the UVSee. And it was able to do it. And it worked, and I went around all week taking these spatial time lapses and running it through the app. And then it was my first time to get stuff onto the test flight and the App Store Connect. And Every step along the way is like another kind of just rabbit hole that you have to go down, and just can of worms, whatever. And it's fun, and then you finally get your app on the App Store, and we've been going on the App Store for so long. It's just kind of like a novelty to see your name up there in lights. Right?
Totally. Yeah, totally.
So then after that, I was hooked, and I was like, all right, I got to make a Vision Pro app now, because that's what I want to do. And off we went and made UVSee, which was, they deprecated the UVSee cameras. There's like webcams and a bunch of other, it's a way to get your camera through USBC.
And this is an API, I think, that was spearheaded because the iPad was needed in support of this.
That's right.
So you could, external webcams and iPad.
That's
a
right.
Huge thing for that platform.
Yes.
And this also opened up the door on iPad to like use your Nintendo Switch on the iPad, using the iPad screen, which cool. But I'd rather just use the Switch probably for that. But it's neat. But yeah, I can hook your PS5 over to it.
I remember when the iPad finally came out with that, and a bunch of monitoring apps came out that were talking about
the whole live streaming thing was huge there. For that.
So the Vision Pro had that, but it was locked away in the enterprise section. The enterprise section is where you get the barcode reader, you get access to the cameras, you get a lot of stuff. So they had deprecated the UVC feature, and that's why I was like, oh, okay, I can get a camera in here now. And knowing how to do live streaming, I knew that I could take an HDMI and run it through like a AV capture card and turn that into a USB-C signal for something like OBS Live, live streaming. So I tried it, connected it all up, and boom, my camera showed up in a huge window, and I could look at it in an environment. And so then I just started trying to build as many kind of videographer type features, like grids and guides and stuff to help you frame your shot. Because it's like the best camera monitor I've ever used.
Yeah, it's designed for monitoring, but not actually recording onto the Vision Pro.
No. And I was looking at that, and I was wondering if would be something that people would want to be able to record as well. But getting audio in is still kind of a hard part.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, that's not great. Because the audio is not along for the ride with HDMI.
Yeah, some UVC cameras will export audio, but a lot of them don't. Okay. And there's no way to, if you're taking HDMI and you've got an audio signal in there, but it just didn't translate. It didn't come in. So that's why I was like,
but hook a PS5 up to the Vision Pro through UVC. Yeah. No audio, so you need to hook up headphones to the controller or something as the way around that.
Yeah, you're all wired up, it sounds like, but
a lot of wires.
But it does work. I saw someone gaming with it, and I have another buddy who flies drones, and the high level drones will give you an HDMI out of the remote control. So he's able to fly his drone using the Vision Pros. And he was like filming car commercials with it. He's like a top dude, and it was awesome, man. When you see
that seems to be the way to go versus a Wi-Fi connection to monitor your drone, which might have some latency and you crash or something.
Right. That was one of the features of the UVC, is that it was this low latency type signal, and it's true. It's super quick and snappy. And just, I was like, oh, this could be used in a lot of ways on set. People who do follow focus, with they're kind of using the focus wheel to pull focus during movies. And this would be the most amazing way to be able to pull focus, because you can see it as big as you want, and you see everything perfectly. And just even directors and producers so one thing, the buddy that was flying the drone, he did a screen capture, and he's flying there and he looks over and everyone else is crowded around this little tiny monitor, and that's how they're watching the footage. And he looks over and he's got a massive 20-foot monitor, and it's like, if everyone had a Vision Pro now, no more monitor, these heavy monitors that it's just a pain to wire them up and get them working out there in the field. Now you could just tap into, a signal from one place and have an amazing
For filmmaking, I wonder if the value is live during recording or watching it immediately after. Because I can imagine some filmmakers wearing the headset, taking them out of the experience of having their hands on the camera and being able to look at the camera with their own eyes tactically and, look up at what is in front of them and
totally
real life. And then, I could see most directors being like, let me look at what I just shot, throw on the headset, and then continue on kind of thing.
Yeah. For dailies, they talk about it a lot. The next day, watching all the footage back. It would be great if everyone could watch dailies in an immersive space together, but on their couch, at their house. Like, why come in to the theater unless it's just, there's something about connection, I'm sure, especially when it's about making movies, being all together.
For sure.
It could be pretty exciting in the future for that stuff.
Yeah. And then BatRay is the last app of note.
Yeah.
And this was like a battery widget type app.
Yeah. Just I was so, I was just really underwhelmed with Apple's Vision Pro battery widget. It's just so boring, and so I was like,
it's very boring. The only thing it does good is it just like auto updates with like your accessories that are hooked up to it.
Yes, so that was what I found out. Like they keep a lot of the battery stuff behind a wall from developers, and you weren't able to tap into accessories, but you could get some more information from the battery, and then start having. It would make, what's the word? It would just try and figure out how much longer you have for your battery. A lot of that stuff is not hard data. It's just making it's making estimates. That's what the word I was trying to.
It's like you're watching a movie and knows what you're doing currently.
Yeah.
Guess from that.
And it can figure, if it has the graph of how fast it's dying, it can make a pretty good estimate of how much longer it has.
Have you tested? I've not tested. Is there a significant battery life difference if you're watching a movie in like the Jupyter environment versus just having a big window open with the cameras running?
Yeah, I haven't tested
Okay, yeah,
that.
I've not either. It seems like it's similar, but I'd have to. It seems like one of those would be more intensive. I just don't know which is. Is it more intensive to draw my space with my cameras and all that, or is it more intensive to have Jupyter up and running? I don't
that's
know.
a good question. I bet the cameras draw a lot, and just powering that display, the pass-through display.
Right. Yeah, I'd imagine so. But yeah, that'd be interesting for people to do rigorous battery testing.
Yeah, it's a good test.
It's easy to do, it's funny because the battery life is so short. It's not like trying to do a MacBook Pro battery test. It's like, within 2 hours or so, you're kind of like able to see results.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one nice thing about the newer one. You get a little battery boost, it sounds like.
Yeah, 30 minutes or so. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot in relative terms.
Oh, yeah. It's such a pain keeping all these things charged these days. To get the Vision Pro battery, the Muse, the laptop, the headphones, the phone, It's just like I can't keep up with all of it usually.
Yeah, and if you don't use it for over 24 hours, it like goes into like low powered mode where it just turns off.
Right.
Which sometimes I forget. It's like, oh, it's been like 25 hours when I hit the button.
Yeah, mine's still getting it's a pretty quick charge, which I appreciate, but yeah, it's a daily thing we've got to deal with.
Yeah, the most annoying thing is when it completely dies and then takes like a half hour to get it back up and running because like it just like can't deal with low batteries.
Yeah. I remember you were talking about that on past shows, and I hadn't experienced it until I started really developing. And yeah, it'll just die on you. You're like, oh.
And then yeah, once it does that, it's like fast charge or whatever you got. It's gonna be a while.
Right.
Yeah. As far as getting into coding, so vibe coding, like Claude, is that your favorite tool to do this work in?
Yeah, there are a lot, and Claude's my main guy. But
is that because of its research tool? Is that better than ChatGPT telling it to do something?
I was just using it the most. I had the most success with it, and so I just stuck with it. But yeah, every week we're seeing a new post where it's like, oh, the new Gemini. This is the one for coding, and it's kind of like pick your poison now. I feel like they all do a great job.
Do any of them directly integrate with Xcode at this point?
GPT does, and you can plug in Claude to Xcode, but I haven't had much luck with that.
You're just better off like asking it and communicating with it than copying in what you get from that.
Yep, I show it screenshots of errors and where the errors are, and just try and like give it as much information as I can to figure these things out. And yeah, it can be a little frustrating, and it's kind of like gambling. It feels like you get those same brain chemicals, when you finally get it working. You're like, yeah, I won. It's the same. It's like the same feeling, which is also kind of a little, is this good for me or not? I don't know, but it is super fun just being able to build this stuff now, and then like untapping the Vision Pro when you start developing for it. It's just a whole nother side of it. You can have Reality Composer Pro open and be messing with particles that are floating around your room, and as you're moving sliders, you're seeing it being affected. It's like you're playing God almost, and it's just it's really fun.
It's cool. The Sense controllers, you mentioned they track behind you. Does that mean, did you pick up hair from Apple or eBay or okay?
Yep, from Apple.
Okay.
That one release day, I just got them all, got everything. Oh yeah, those controllers came out I think a couple of weeks later, the pre-order for it.
Right, yeah, it's funny though, like it's the pricing just boggles
super
me.
Weird.
It's Sony very much wanting to capitalize on the need from Vision Pro owners, because like currently it's $300 for the Horizon bundle. So you get a $50 game, you get the headset and the controllers, and you don't get the charging stand, which is nice, but it's $300 for the headset too.
Yeah, it's a weird partnership for sure. Like, I wonder how that all came about, because it's an old product, right? It's like a few years old.
It's a couple years. Yeah, it's a couple years old. I love the headset itself, but you only really would want one if you're into gaming. So it's like, not really worth it if you don't want to do PS5 or PC gaming.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people just buy the whole package for another $30, because you get a whole...
total sense.
It's like ridiculous.
And it's a great headset. Like, the field of view is better than the Vision Pro. Like, that's one thing I noticed when I got to the Vision Pro. It's like, oh, not everything's better here. But yeah, that's very cool that the Vision Pro works with the PS VR 2 controllers. I'm a bit I don't believe the quick switching thing made it to the Sense controllers, which I need to fully explore this, but that kind of boggles my mind if that's true. So over the summer, on the same day as WWDC, they announced, in a future update to the Sense Dual Sense controllers, you can pair it with 4 different systems with quick switching. And I was like, that they're doing that because it's the Vision Pro, right? And I don't think so.
Huh.
Which is interesting. So I think it's still a pain in the butt to switch between like the PlayStation and the Vision Pro.
Dang. That would be nice if everything played nicely together. But
yeah, and I'm so curious. Like, it seems like this. I think there will be more people with Muses than the Sense controllers paired to their Vision Pro. I that's my hunch. So I think most people would probably get the headsets with the PSVR 2 because of the pricing, and I think most people will find there's not a lot to do in the Vision Pro, so let me just use the PSVR 2 headset for my gaming. And I don't know, it's a weird situation. Are you playing around with like a potential app for the Sense controllers in any way?
I started making a little shoot 'em up game for the Muse. Actually,
you did? Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty fun to use it as like
it's like an NES zapper kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like, you're holding a little photon, ray thing, a little ray gun or something, and it's pretty accurate too. It feels like.
Yeah. So you can't do the back button to do anything with it.
Right.
I wonder if you could. You might encourage damaging Muses, but imagine tapping the Muse on the desk to reload or something.
Totally. Yep.
I don't know if that would make any sense or if that would actually damage the Muse from people getting too aggressive and just smashing their pen on the desk.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You'll just ruin the tip, which no one's using, right?
Yeah. They give you extra tips in the box. I'm trying to remember.
Yep. Yeah, you get a couple.
Okay.
The MX ink was the same way. I don't know what. I guess people are using it to draw on their iPads, or I'm not really sure why you would want all these different tips, other than one's soft, one's hard,
or one broke. I mean, I imagine they wear out at a certain point,
right? Yeah, it's got these little electrical leads at the end. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if those got bent from slamming it down. But one of the guys had an idea for a whack-a-mole game with the Muse. Just turn the Muse into a hammer and start smashing stuff.
Whack-a-mole's a great idea or concept.
Yeah,
it's a thing,
dude. All those carnival games, you could make a cool little Muse game.
Totally.
Just go to the carnival.
Mm-hmm. Darts, I guess, would be another
Darts, one. Yep. The little rifle game with you shoot the water into the clown's mouth. The little fishing game, you could do stuff with. Just tossing, lobbing things. Haven't been to the carnival for a while. I forgot all the good games.
Yeah, and then I guess one of the last things I want to touch on is the immersive filmmaker meetup. You're San Francisco based, or what part of the world?
Yeah, that was a group that was started by the Immersive Bliss guys. Do you remember that app, Immersive Bliss?
Vaguely.
They were filming comedy shows, and it was.
That's right. I did watch one of those for like 15 minutes or whatever it was.
Yep.
I forget if I paid for one or not, or if it's just the free example.
Yeah. So that app now has turned into another app called Front Row, where they're still showing immersive films, but from normal content creators, whoever wants to make something and release it. Front Row is now kind of a place to do that. So the Immersive Bliss guys ran the meetup for about a year, and I just thought it was a really great community that we had put together, and there were a couple of these Apple developer meets that they have in Cupertino, and so we all got to meet in person a bunch. So the time came that if anyone wanted to take over the meetup group, now was the time, or it was going to end, in like a month. So I took it on and got a hold of Blackmagic, and they were able to sponsor the meetup group, which has been really nice.
Oh, cool.
Every meetup now we're able to give away a free DaVinci Resolve Pro package, which is like $300 package.
Yeah.
And we're all using it already. Like it's when it's time to give it away, most people are like, "Oh, I already have it. Don't put me on the list." But it's been just really nice to have their support along the way.
Nice.
Because it's pretty much Blackmagic is leading the pack when it comes to the Vision Pro and immersive filmmaking right now.
And the next step would be if they start giving away some of those Urso cameras.
Yes.
Not going to happen though, probably. With the cost, the whatever $40,000 those things are.
Yeah, there's kind of like a running joke about Blackmagic, because every year they always come out with another new camera that kind of cannibalizes the old lineup. Mm-hmm. So every year you can get you can get last year's camera for half off. It's kind of so maybe.
So wait for Gen 2 and then
yes, yeah, and I hope they stick with it. I hope they're getting the love from Apple and from I know the community is super pumped, because we've just been stuck with the old Canon R5C package that wasn't getting the resolution that we needed. So all those old immersive filmmakers, we had to like run it through Topaz, run it through all these other things
to
AI
scale. Upscalers.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. To get it to Vision Pro status. And now with that Ursa immersive, like, it's so easy. The pipeline is like dialed in now. It's really nice.
There are people in the meetup group that have the camera, I assume?
Yes, a couple.
Yeah.
And my drone pilot buddy I was talking about, he just put in the order. So
nice.
Sounds like we're gonna start making some films, which will be pretty cool.
Does he have a drone capable of carrying something as heavy as that one?
He might.
You need a big drone for that.
Yeah, you need the big ones. And he's got a Inspire, which is pretty large, but I don't know if it can take that payload. You need the ones with like the 8 blades, and those massive ones. But it's totally doable. And in Blackmagic, they're always showing these promo shots of it on a drone. And it just, I love those immersive aerials. Just being able to
there's
look
one
around.
of Maine recently, I think.
Yeah. They go their own pace, their own speed. But if you're a nature lover and just want something chill and mellow to watch, they're great.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there's just so many shows that you could start, like low hanging fruit, that would just look amazing in 180 degrees. One of my friends on Threads was like, why isn't NPR's Tiny Desk just sticking an immersive camera right there? They would have a whole Vision Pro app in just a few sessions, because they're recording the audio very well. They've got microphones all over the place and like a real audio engineer doing everything. Just merge the two together and you got yourself a great performance like that we could all watch. Yeah. So I hope people are going to start picking up on that, and where they can insert this camera, into their workflow and get another form of content.
For sure.
So we definitely need it. We're all hurting.
Yeah.
We all want more. Like, that's what everyone wants. It's just more,
Yeah, and one of the last episode thing I was hypothesizing, how do you like shoot a Major League Baseball game this way? And they already kind of showed us how. I was going through the archives of all the stuff they've released so far, and there was one, I think it was like the Yankee Stadium tour video.
Yeah.
And in that video, they do a fair bit of just showing you parts of a baseball game, and they were showing. It was compelling the way they were showing it. Some different angles they were doing, and yeah, it is a different experience from live. The way they show it on broadcast, but
Totally.
very compelling. Being like in the dugout and the other angles they showed. Yeah.
Did you try that MLB app when it first came out?
I've tried it. I can never. It's a weird app, right? So
yeah.
you need like a lot of space. You need more light. It's like a 3D app. For the playoffs, I just opened Fubo and Safari to watch it because it's like I just want let me just do the Jupyter environment for this big screen. I don't need the stats next to me and stuff. It's a shame because it's a great app and concept, and they put work into it.
Yep. And they changed it though. Like the first couple iterations of it, they had this beta section where you could go into this immersive zone, and I think they had mapped out every stadium that you were watching from, and so because all the stadiums were different.
Yeah, I was trying to find that because it was advertised that there was like immersive stadiums. Like, how do I get in those?
Yeah,
so I couldn't find it. I could not find that.
And you could watch the baseball like flying. You could watch every pitch, and you would see the character, the players moving around. They weren't 3D models, but they were just these little dots. But you could see them moving around, and they changed it. And I was like, oh man, they got to go back to that old version because it's true. If you just parked an immersive camera behind home plate, you have the best seat in the house. And people would definitely pay $20 a month for something like that.
For sure.
So that's what I mean. I hope that, the right handshakes get made and these cameras start showing up in places more often.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of cool things that we get on with it. I'm curious to see the NBA games when that starts happening.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like I need to be in Los Angeles to actually watch them live, which is a bummer. I thought there'd be a way to just pay me NBA to do that, but I guess not.
Right. Yeah, you hear about all these deals that Apple is making with whatever sports franchise, and you're like, okay, cool. Is this going to turn into a Vision Pro experience? I hope so.
Yeah, Friday Night Baseball is still a thing next year, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah. I like how they do their productions, too, of the baseball stuff. It's very Apple, very minimal. It's like it's a little quieter way to watch the game. Not as much stuff blasting you. I loved it.
Right.
They used to do this thing where it was just crowd sounds. While the normal network would play commercials, you would just get crowd sounds for 2 minutes. And it was great.
Which I love. Yeah. The biggest bummer of like televised baseball is like I'm watching the World Series and like you don't see like the first pitch by whoever they're bringing to the stadium. You don't see the seventh inning stretch shenanigans and like all the other like in-stadium stuff that is part of the experience of the game. They literally, when you're coming out of a commercial break, they cut it so close sometimes the pitches almost left the guy's hand. It's like, oh my gosh, come on, give me 10 seconds to get back into the stadium here.
Yeah, it was cool. You'd be able to hear all the crowd songs, and the little stuff they would do during the team switchover. They're good at keeping the audience there occupied, but we're all stuck watching commercials.
Yeah, no, and they'll like, we're not going to cut it fully away. We'll do a short version here, and they're very creative too about putting ads in like the dirt places. It's like, oh, we got a fake ad.
Oh yeah, I know, dude. Yeah. That's what I liked about Apple too. They weren't doing that stuff. That was kind of just too much visual noise with a lot of these. Then they're just trying to pay the bills. But yeah, it's nice to like keep it quiet.
Yeah. No, I get why they do it. It's a business. They like to make money for sure.
I remember like maybe 10 years ago or so, NHK, which is a Japanese broadcaster, one of the main top broadcasters. They were showing off their new baseball, their way to watch baseball, and you had controls over all the audio components. So you could turn off the announcers, you could just have crowd sounds, and that made it like you were really there, like you were really watching a game. You didn't have some annoying stuff going on in your ear the whole time. You know, you were hearing everyone around you and the sounds. It was great.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how just sports evolve over the next decade of the Vision Pro and different things like that.
Yeah, man, it's like an open market. I mean, people just need to go out and make it now.
Yeah, because I must say, like, watching a sporting game in the Vision Pro fully immersive mode versus on the TV where you have distractions, totally different experience as far as how into the game you get, how just intense, like, something that otherwise wouldn't be, because it's like, more not in the background, but you know what I mean. You have more distractions otherwise.
Totally. And when you're right there on the front row, or down on the court, I mean, it's like none of us get to experience that really. And I think that's where the real magic of those immersive films are, when you can just put someone in a place that they will never be normally. It's pretty cool.
Totally. Yeah. Well, anything we didn't touch on that you'd like to before we wrap it up?
I think we're good, man. Any other developers I would encourage to go check out Joseph Simpson's group, the Step Into Vision group. Meeting those guys and being a part of their chatter, and just hearing what everyone's talking about. I learned so much, and I'm so thankful to that group. I would just say, just keep going for it, and try opening up Claude and try making an app. Even you, Tim, like I want to try your test flight. When you finally make your first app, because we all have the power to do it now. We've all got the same tools that everyone, we're all using the same stuff. So it really feels like it's kind of been democratized, like we can all make this stuff now. So it's really getting exciting, I think. And I'm always trying to, sing the gospel of the Vision Pros and what an amazing product it is. And I'm just still excited about it. So me the same. It's like every time I put it on, it's like, oh, this is what the future should be as far as like computing. Yeah, it's great. And there's so much new stuff coming out for it, new apps, new people getting involved in the space. It will definitely keep you busy if you're looking for something like that. So. Well, cool. Yeah, if you have a Logic Muse, check out Wild Stylus in the App Store right now. And then, Spatialapse.com is a website for Spatialapse if you want to learn more about that. And then you can search out for UVSee and BatRay, like info on that in the App Store as well. And thank you, Matt, for your time tonight. It's great chatting with you. Oh, thank you, Tim. I feel like I've known you for a long time, so it's great to finally chat with you. And thanks for doing that. Thanks for keeping up this podcast, man. Like, I get so much joy whenever I see a new one pop up. I'm just like, oh yes, gotta go listen to that on my walk today. But I really appreciate you doing these podcasts a lot. Like, you're one of the only dudes, so thank you, man. And that was my discussion with Matt Fisher from Spatial Sense. Make sure to check out his apps on the App Store, especially Wild Stylus, if you do have a Logitech Muse. My thanks to Matt for his time recording this episode. My thanks to you for your time and attention tuning in. As a reminder, you can support this podcast over at visionpros.fm/Patreon or by subscribing in Apple Podcasts. With that, I'll talk with everyone again real soon.